letting go, yeah, it isn't easy. Two hearts slowly breaking, living the highs and lows. I'm keeping busy, don't know if we were safe.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As always, I really appreciate it. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny, and if this is not your first time, you honestly have no idea how much I appreciate your support. So for today's video, I feel like it's been quite some time since we just sat down and did a good old curly hair routine video. My hair has changed quite a bit since the last time that I uploaded a curly hair routine. I mean, besides the obvious color change, which, by the way, if you guys haven't checked it out, I did a semi-permanent hair color and I posted a video last week. So if you guys want to go ahead and check that out, I will link that somewhere on the screen. And if I forget, I'm sorry, prego brain, then I'll go ahead and definitely add it to the description box below. But besides the obvious hair color change, my hair has gotten a lot longer since the last time I uploaded a curly hair routine video, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video. There are a couple of things that I'm doing a little bit different that I wanted to share with you guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what we're gonna be doing today. I'm super excited. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I go from this, okay, this mess right here, to this, then please keep on watching. Okay, so one thing that has definitely not changed is my disgust for wet hair on me. I mean, look, ugh, I hate that feeling. Alrighty, so my hair is washed already. I shampooed, conditioner, and I did a little treatment today in the shower. Right now it has absolutely no product and it's just wet. But as always, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start with my little spritzer and I'm just gonna wet it a little bit more. The ends are pretty wet, as you can see. It's like dripping all over the place. But right here where all my baby hairs are growing, it definitely has gotten a little too dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and wet that first. Now I'm just going to detangle, although it shouldn't be too tangled because I did detangle right after the shower and then I detangled again right before I started the video. Oh, and by the way, I am using a new detangling brush. So far I love it. It's so unique. It looks like one stiff brush, but it's not. Look at this. So for today, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I use. I pretty much always use these types of products and in this same step. So the first thing I always use is some sort of spray leave-in conditioner. So for today, I'm going to be using the Innersense leave-in conditioner, and this is a lightweight detangling spray. And I just pretty much spray it, not too much because I don't use a lot of product because my hair gets really weighed down by product. Ugh. But one of the reasons why I like to start off with some sort of detangling heat spray is because I feel it starts to give my hair some sort of slip. And what I mean by slip is like the ability to just like sort of run your fingers through the hair. It starts to make it really soft. Sometimes when the hair has absolutely nothing, running your fingers through it is a little rougher. And when I do go in with my creams, it's easier for me to just rake it through and distribute the product like evenly throughout my hair. You see just that tiny bit, and when I go like this, I already feel such a difference. So much easier to run my fingers through my hair. I feel like it's almost like prepping the hair. Okay, so usually next on my routine, doesn't matter what brand or just, yeah, pretty much doesn't really matter what brand of product I'm using. I normally go next with some sort of curl cream. Definitely I like to go for things that say hydration and definition, because those are the things that I struggle with the most. Or not that I struggle, I don't like to use that word. Those are the things that I like a little help with. So for today, I'm going to be using the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk. This is a defining cream, and I always like to go in these steps. So first the leave-in spray, then my curl cream. So now when it comes to my curl cream, I do like to flip my hair forward and start raking the product through. I rake the product through, and I also did like the praying hands, which is when you go like this on the curls. That method really helps me. I have very thin, very fine hair, so doing sections and putting product in my hair by dividing it in sections normally doesn't work, because 99% of the time I end up with way too much product. So the praying hands is a great way for me to distribute the product, and that also helps like tame frizz. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit more, still with the curl cream, and then I'm going to do the same, but this time I like to do it with my hair flipped over to one side. This sort of lets me see like different parts of my hair in different like different angles. Little baby hairs. All right, so I'm gonna flip it over, do the same thing on this side. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go in with a tiny bit more, like in the back right here, because as I'm distributing the product, I can feel it needs a little bit more, so I'm gonna flip my hair forward. Okay, so next I always go in with some sort of gel and sometimes mousse. For the most part, I use gel. I think it's just because it's just a habit, but mousse works just as great for me. So that's usually like my steps. So first is the leave-in, the defining cream, and then some sort of like light gel. I can't go in with heavy duty gels. If not, my hair will create a cast that is impossible to break. So I'm gonna go in with the Bounce Curl Light Cream Gel, and I'm gonna pretty much like repeat the same thing that I did with the curling cream, where I flip it forward and side to side, pretty much the same thing. Excuse my shirt, it looks all stained and it's like distracting, but sorry. Okay, so that's pretty much it when it comes to the products I'm putting in my hair while my hair is wet. I still have other products I'm going to put, however those go a little bit later once the hair has been diffused. So what I'm going to do now is, this hasn't changed. I'm going to go in with my trusty Denman brush along with a cotton t-shirt. So I use the Denman brush to brush out the curls, and then the cotton t-shirt I scrunch the curls back up just to give the curls back like their normal definition. And you see how they start to get like really chunky and delicious? That's what you want. Okay, so with my hair this length, I'd rather just go back and then finger twirl my curls, specifically the ones that I want to have a lot of definition. So what I start doing is I just grab sections of hair and I just twirl them. I normally don't add more product to this process just because, like I mentioned earlier, I could very quickly end up with too much product in my hair. The only tricky part about finger twirling your hair is that it's gonna take a couple of times, or at least for me, it's taken me a couple of times to figure out exactly how much hair to grab to give me the kind of just look that I like, because I like for my curls to still look natural, and so my hair naturally is a little bit more like, the curls are tighter and smaller. I don't really have naturally like very chunky curls, so when I grab too much hair, that's the kind of look it gives me, and I feel like it's just not me, you know. Something else that I'm doing is I am twirling my hair, each section going the opposite direction of the one before. So what I mean by that is, right now, what am I doing? Okay, so I'm going forward, right? So go forward, and now whatever I grab next, I'm going to go back. And the reason I do this is because in the past, whenever I have done this and all the curls go in the same direction, eventually the curls start to like kind of hug each other and it creates like a curl clump. For me, it's not that I don't like it, that just makes it a little bit tougher for me to maintain my volume, and we all know how I feel about volume. Okay, so that's pretty much all I'm gonna do on this section. I don't like to do too much on the back because the back I use to help me with volume. Oh, and something else that I almost forgot to mention is, because of my length, I have also started parting my hair to the side, because this helps me also with volume. The more hair I have like thrown on one side, the more volume it gives me, and it's just volume that stays throughout the day. If I were to do my regular part down the middle, initially I could get a lot of volume, but throughout the day I'm constantly having to like fluff my hair a lot more than I wish to do so. This process is definitely very time consuming, especially if you have a lot of hair, but it's one of those where it's definitely worth it because it just makes your wash and go last by a bazillion times longer. Alrighty guys, so this is usually what I look for in my curly routine. The curls are really hydrated. Even the ones in the back that I did not do anything with, I just simply ran the Denman brush through. They still look very chunky. I don't see any frizz. If you see any frizz while your hair is wet, the likelihood of that turning into dry frizz is like 99.9%. So now at this point, I am ready to start diffusing. So this is the DevaCurl hand diffuser and hair dryer. Alrighty guys, so at this point I've been diffusing for like about 15 minutes and my hair, I can already feel the crunchiness or the cast that all products, like it doesn't matter what the product is, because my hair is very thin and very fine, it always creates a cast. So usually when I feel like my hair is about, I'd say maybe like 80-ish% dry and I feel that cast throughout my hair pretty evenly, what I start doing is while I'm diffusing, so simultaneously while I diffuse, I use the opposite hand, which I have nothing in, so diffuser, nothing in this hand, I start to scrunch up the curls. This helps me to start breaking up the cast, starts to give the curls that natural, bouncy, very fluffy look to them, and it helps also speed up the drying process by like a bazillion. Alrighty guys, so this is where we're at right now. I am like obsessed, or I am obsessing with these results already, just because at this point I know when something's gonna end up just the way I envisioned, and this is definitely on its way. So I'm just gonna put the curls sort of like in place. Alrighty, so now that I feel like the curls are in place, now this helps me to see what I have to do next to make this look exactly how I like. So normally what I do now is I work on volume. After I work on volume, I go back and I retouch any curls that got a little frizzy. Like right here, I have like this right here that got a little frizzy in like the diffusing process and the touching it so much process. Also, when I pick my hair, I tend to do it very violently. So I normally end up having to go back no matter what to touch up some of the curls. That's no big deal. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do right now. I'm gonna be using my trusty pick, and I also like to go in with a little hairspray. The hairspray I'm using right now, there's nothing wow about this hairspray. I don't know why I love it so much. This is from Beyond the Zone. It's called Frozen Stiff. After hairspray, I always like to go in with my diffuser just to help me dry up that hairspray. That way when I start to pick my hair, it gives me a little bit of texture to sort of, I know it sounds terrible, but it's sort of to like grab onto and pull, and that's gonna help me with volume. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna go in with my trusty pick for some volume. Now I do have a step-by-step tutorial on how I pick my hair if you guys want to go ahead and check it out. For right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly do it. Now I'm going to go in and start separating these really chunky curls. You see what I mean about the finger twirling? That's not very natural looking to me. Like my curls look more like this or like this. So I just do that for definition, but I definitely go in and break them up. I usually either grab nothing and separate them just like that, or if I feel like it's going to get a little bit frizzy, I'll grab a little bit of the curl cream and I will separate with that. A lot of people like to separate their curls when they do this with some sort of oil. I don't do it because me and oil don't always get along, and so I have to be very, very careful with how much oil I use on my curls. You see, so I separate things quite a lot. Like I said, I just like to make the curls look like my natural curl pattern, and the chunkier I leave the curls, the less volume I can get.
It's getting late, wanna fade away into the ocean waves. I don't wanna stay carrying this weight.
Okay, now that I feel like my curls are looking much more natural, I've separated the majority of the curls. Some of these are going to continue to chunk up and I'll have to separate a little bit more. But now that I'm sort of happy with the curls, where they're at, the amount of frizz that I have, I'm going to go in and pick a little bit more, but this time like on the top part. And this time I'm just a little bit more careful.
Carrying this weight that will never go away. Are we falling deep or are we just pretending? Would you stay with me if the world was ending?
All right, do you guys start to see the difference? I sure as hell do. So this last step, I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to do this because I am running, I am almost all out. But lately with my length, like I mentioned, getting volume is a little bit more of a struggle. So I have been making it a point, obviously, to go in with the Ouidad Going Up Volumizing Texture Spray. This stuff is amazing for volume. I have a video that I dedicate on just this, and you guys, it makes a huge difference. It's almost like, it reminds me a little bit of a dry shampoo. It gives you texture, but it also gives you just amazing volume. Ooh, we got a little bit.
Are we meant to be or are we second guessing? Would you stay with me if the world was ending?
You see what I mean? And these are pretty much my results. I am so happy with the way that everything came together. This is like what I consider my perfect curly routine because it's given me just enough definition and it's given me just enough volume to keep me happy. This is exactly what I personally like. Remember that whatever you like with your curly hair, that's just a preference. There's no right and wrong. Some people could care less about definition and they just like to wear their hair like really wild. Some people could care less about volume and just want really like juicy tight curls. Whatever you like, that is perfectly okay. Just make sure that you tailor everything to fit your needs, because at the end of the day, you're the one who's got to wear your curls all day. So you better love them the way they are. Alrighty guys, so that's pretty much it for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section below, like, what do you guys want to see next? I'm excited. I have some products coming in, so you guys should be looking out for some product reviews soon. So if there's a product that you guys want me to review, let me know. I'm always looking into trying new things. But yeah, anyways, so if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to subscribe. Also, please don't forget to give this video a big old thumbs up to let me know that you like it. And yeah, this is pretty much it. I love you and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!